There's a revolution going on, and no one really can deny it. And that revolution is part of this, we're calling the inflection point. So our agenda is going to focus in on those 6 drivers, and that is internet, social media, and AdWords, which is your visibility on the internet, planned and funded marketing, how you pay for these things, patient retention, still your #1 referral source, online reputation, important because it makes or breaks a day or a week in your month if it doesn't work the way it's supposed to work, internet telemedicine, and social media visibility. Social media visibility. Well, no doubt about it, social media has changed this world. It's caused wars, it's creating new opportunities for people to showplace skills and information that they heretofore had not been able to showplace. But the realities are, it's a time sponge. And we know it's a time sponge. So we recommend you focus on 3 principal social media channels or portals. 1, Google+. Again, this is Google's world, and Google is priority to their content. Facebook. Facebook's coming up there, but I think Google's in front of it. Don't think we know from doing our studies. 3, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is becoming increasingly an important website because people are now checking credentials. Those that want to deal with board certification and want to know what you've done before, you're going to LinkedIn. Now, there are many others out there, but I think that rather than boil the ocean, we're in a very critical period in the year 2015. Let's do those things. Let's major in the majors. If you have more time to do more, do more. But if you don't, make this a priority. There'll be business lost. So, how do we know that we're doing well or not doing well with social media visibility? Very simple quotient. You're receiving new patients from social media sites. That is, your tracking is telling you that this patient is coming in because they saw a comment or saw a blog or saw information about you on another site. This is not, they didn't find you by coming to your website. They found you on a social media portal. What can you do to stimulate this particular driver? The most important thing you can do is optimize your Google Plus local listing. Our last webinar dealt with Pigeon. That is the Google algorithm change that dealt with how Google gives priority to certain practices in terms of listing, practices in business in terms of how they're listed in search. Well, one of the things that we discussed was the beauty of having multiple location pages on your site. Now, how do you do that? Well, let me give you an example. Let's take a practice as an example that's in Atlanta. Well, in Atlanta they have several communities, like in all cities, but I'm going to use Atlanta as an example. Well, there's a community called Buckhead, growing community. Actually, Buckhead in Atlanta proper is maybe a 15-minute drive, but there are people that specifically identify themselves with Buckhead, use Buckhead in their search, and they're looking for something that's in Buckhead. And there are people in Atlanta that will say Atlanta, meaning the Atlanta proper, and they're looking for somebody specifically in Atlanta. Well, with this new change of Google's algorithm, you can now have multiple location pages. They're actually pages that have information that actually duplicates itself, but it's specific to Atlanta, it's specific to Buckhead. And it has, of course, your map, it has your picture of your practice, it has your services that you promote, hours of operation, but those 2 pages have independent search power. So that's a way of enhancing your social media impact. Complete the profile page and the description of your services and other comments on all of the social media portals. Going back to Google+, it's important that you fill in all the blanks, answer all the questions, because Google actually does give you higher social media find rates if the information has been completed. If it hasn't been completed, people can post those reviews and comments about you, and you can do your post, but they're not going to show up as frequently if that profile and description page has not been completed. As you're doing your social media posting, use videos. Use videos with keywords embedded in them, and use titles that are tied into what the posting is about. And most importantly, don't be afraid to use calls to action. Call our office for a checklist. Call our office for more information. call our office, talk to Mary, who will give you some special tips, because those are viral and those are things that people read and they want to know, what did you want me to do next? And many times postings are done to kind of make the world a better place, but that world doesn't necessarily include your bank account. So we want to do things like that. Develop SEO enhanced blogs. That is to say, make sure your blogs have key search words that will make those findable on the topics that are relevant to the content of that blog or of that posting. And it's important that you look at ways to make sure that you tag those, you enhance those tags even with location information, if at all possible. Use images within your post. And also make sure that those blogs that you're doing are engaging people to participate. And you need to then be planning to participate and respond. Very much encourage you to call me today, call me in the future. I'll be more than happy. You see a picture, little icon of some of our staff members over here that are here to serve you and help you. And we would love to hear from you.